You probably feel really frustrated with your environment because there's a lack of inspiration, there's a lack of payback, there's a lack of like maybe reciprocity, there's domineering energy here, there's headbutting, tension. It's just like a lot of like banging up against you. And this reading has been really frustrating to record. I've recorded it at least 4 or 5 times now, and I've gotten really far, and every time I watch it back, I'm like, it's just not hitting. It's not translating the way that it's coming through me or the way that I'm understanding it in like energetically. So I want to speak to a few things here. It's not your fault, it's your responsibility though, right? The lack of inspiration, the tension that you're experiencing, the way that you're carrying that is your responsibility. And I can see this collective, you have to understand that I've already pulled cards and put them away and pulled cards and put them away. So I'm just going to yap for a second and we'll get a few more. The situation that you're in, this is a very temporary experience, and I feel like for some people in this collective it's heightened right now, like, because I can hear pushback on that, like, well, it's always like that. Yeah, okay, but what you're bringing in, that is what's being asked to shift, because in reality many of you are in positions where you're thinking about leaving or you're thinking about throwing in the towel, and it's like that doesn't feel aligned with your heart, right? But your logical mind is saying, I want to barrel past certain like perceived blockages or issues. Like, I don't want to fight anymore. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. That's understandable. But your heart is in disagreement here. Your heart is telling you to continue, even though it is painful. So which one do you listen to? You know, while your guard is up, your inspiration is down. What is going on with other people, right? I don't think it's really much different in the people around you. I don't think it's in whoever you're working with, you're collaborating with, whatever the environment is that this is applying to. This could be work, family, friends, colleagues, coworkers. It could be friends at school. It could be creative pride. It could be anything. They're dealing with similar issues. They're just carrying it different. So a big message that's been coming through in all of the times I've been trying to record this is you're working your way into a new kind of embodiment, right? So maybe you're setting, I think that some of you are on different planes here. So some of you are setting the example of how to carry things like this. Others of you are really struggling and not seeing how the example is being set for you, because maybe some of, the ways in which that example is being put out, like, you don't necessarily, there's something coming through about trust. There's something coming through about like alignment, feeling unaligned. Like, you don't necessarily want to listen. There's a blockage in the way of you like using the models and like actually paying attention to the models that you have of a better way to carry yourself, right? And I'm hearing something about resentment. So there's something about like your experience with these individuals, there is a deep root of pain there. One of these cards is domination. And so I think that maybe we feel a little bit trapped, right? Dissatisfaction, compassion, liminality, like we're in between worlds right now. You seem to be in a space where what you want is something that this situation can't really provide to you. And I'm getting that from Justice and the Eight of Swords. It's like that again, it's like, it's not your fault, but it is your responsibility, right? The way that you carry yourself here. I really don't want this to be like a, hey, check yourself type of message, because I don't feel like that's needed, but I'm curious, like, what can be supportive to you? Okay, Queen of Pentacles, this is the second time this has come out. Like, does your action align with your values? I think that you're pouring a lot into some things and maybe less into other things that could point you in different directions, right? Like, there's, I guess, like a refinement or a redistribution of energy here, a rerouting yeah, Five of Swords. Like, what are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? What are you spending your time on? This blockage can, it can harden you, you know? That Five of Swords energy is like a bullying, weird, like competitive energy that doesn't really have a place in any environment, let alone whatever it is that I'm picking up on here. It kind of feels like everybody wants to be the best. But is it actually everybody, or is it just you? Maybe somebody's projecting that onto you. Maybe somebody like is, yeah, if somebody's projecting it onto you, then they're making you feel poor. Like that's creating a poor feeling within you. Damn, I'm speaking to someone who's really on the verge of like, that's crazy. It's like you're really on the verge of skin shedding, a renewal that, I mean, like the crone is real here, right? And you know, what's that 555 on the timer? Wow. What's after the crone is the maiden, right? So whatever portal you're walking through at this time is like, I'm seeing someone be like catapulted into an image that is very contrary to what you've been feeling in your body for a while, right? And I'm kind of thinking about like, if you are someone who has a cycle and you're like, you know, about to start your bleed, like this is something that would really, I mean, yeah, it would apply here. Like you're going from crone into maiden, right? But the situation around you, you cannot control the situation around you. You can only control how you show up. So the advice that I'm going to give, wow, and then strength over underneath the Fool. The advice that I'm going to give is gentleness, but let's see, you know, softening and like really withholding your energy. Let's see what the cards say as far as guidance goes. Yeah, well, and Temperance. See, Temperance, the Three of Swords, the Compassion card here, with Messenger at the bottom of the deck. It almost feels like they're saying, you know, be intentional about the words that you're using towards the people, not for the sake of manifestation, not for the sake of like, you, not even like your own mental health, dude. Like, yeah, like that's a part of it, but like the tone that you're using, the way that you're walking, I'm seeing somebody like taking heavy steps, you know, in their place of work or in their home. It's like somebody who's heavy footed, right? Being mindful of that and then shifting gears. What are you sowing into the field, right? What are you weaving into the field? Temperance with the Three of Swords. In the Knight of Wands is under the Three of Swords here with the Four of Wands. It really just is giving this like, back up, slow down, hold on. Back up, slow down, hold on. This is definitely passing. You have to hold yourself with a level of engagement is something that I'm hearing, and responsibility that's going to actually get you a bag and not, there's something about fertility coming through. Hang on. So I have this channel coming through about like your work is like in the way that you're being creative or creating joy or having conversations or whatever. It kind of just feels like you're checked out. And so the fertility portion of this is like, it's almost as if you're being intimate and there's like a dead fishing energy there. Like you're just not into it, you know? But if you're trying to, you know, light that flame again, if you're trying to rekindle that flame, what do you need to do, right? How do you need to act in order to rekindle a flame, right? Dead fishing is not going to be the answer there, right? There's like a level of effort or maintenance that needs to get put in. Don't just like sit there and take it, you know, engage. And if your engagement right now just looks like walking lighter and like being kinder to yourself and to the floor, you know, to the atmosphere in the way of like the words that you're using, you know, if engagement and breaking that cycle just looks like speaking with a softer tone, then let that be as simple as it is. Let it be as simple as it is. You're right on the verge. Like, I mean, you're right there. You just kind of have to wait for a little bit longer. So how are you going to pass that time? What kind of experience do you want to have? Yeah. Good job.